Sponsored by Bet365.
Sky Sports, your home of sport. Whenever you want, wherever you are.
Taking it slow, it makes the world go round down here. Just ask my brother. Years ago, he was riding a bus when he saw the most beautiful girl he'd ever seen. So for months, he rode that same bus until the time was right. To get something special takes time, I guess.
Slow-cooked pulled chicken, new from KFC.
You make it, or you miss it, by a hair. You get it, or you lose it, by a hair. You're off, or you're on, by an inch, by a fraction, by a hair. That said, we don't make precision blades and the world's most popular razors by a hair, but by a mile. Go get it. Gillette.
Every country has its moment. It's time to shine.
When your universe conspires and planets align.
Scotland invites you. Our stage is set.
For one brilliant year we'll never forget.
To the home of golf returns the Ryder Cup. History made as legends square up.
We welcome the world to come and to share, so you too can say, yes, I was there.
Get extra in the Bath Store sale. Extra design and inspiration. Extra quality and expert fitting too. Plus an extra 10% off. Hurry, end Sunday.
Look, I'll ask him. Are you the house whisperer?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Can you ask our house what insurance would make it happy?
Of course. Easy, big fella.
For the cover your home deserves, visit Go Compare.
And now for the latest money back extra offer from Betfair. Choose your own offer for the big game to get money back as a free bet.
This is Play Betfair.
Have you ever noticed how in Hollywood movies all the villains are played by Brits?
Maybe we just sound right.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you, Mary.
We're more focused, more precise.
With a certain style. And we're obsessed by power.
And we all drive Jaguars.
Oh, yes. It's good to be bad.
Sponsored by Bet365.
Well, it's a seemingly impossible haul back for Deportivo Coruña in the second half. Two very well taken goals by James and Cristiano Ronaldo, and the one defensive, shambolic mix-up. Gifted Real for third goal just before half-time. Surely the fixture is over now in terms of competitiveness, but the question is, does Ancelotti really go for the kill here? He'd love to make a statement. A lot of detractors in the Spanish media over the last couple of weeks, despite his heroics of bringing the European Cup Champions League back to the Bernabeu for the 10th time in the club's history. Deportivo La Coruña have made a couple of changes at half-time. Two players coming on. And Dominguez. In fact, the Juan Fran has gone off. Juan Dominguez coming on for him. And Caballero is the other player who has been introduced. This is Arbeloa. No changing of team or formation so far from Real Madrid. As Terry said in the first half, it may be an opportunity to give some playing time to the likes of Visco and Chicharito, Illarramendi, players who've been on the fringe and haven't had a lot of chance to express themselves so far this season.
Illarramendi just had 20 minutes so far, 2 sub-appearances. Visco just a 1 start in the league. Remember, this is out 7 games at Real Madrid. This is their 8th game of the season.
Postiga, by the way, is the other player who went off for Deportivo La Coruña. There's Caballero, a substitute, trying to make an immediate impact. It's the first test we've had for Varane so far in this game. The Real Madrid defence has been unstretched. This is Ronaldo, who is searching for his first hat-trick of the season. James. Will it drop at the feet of Benzema? Lowry. Caballero. Lowry, the skipper, once more. Already the introduction of the Portuguese. Caballero has allowed a bit more freedom and fluency in Depor's play. So it'll give Real something to think about as well.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the attack from Deportivo there and trying to work out who's going to play in the centre-forward role. Caballero played in the victory against Ibar in a wide position. It was Deportivo attack there. There was no one in the centre of attack. It's a damage limitation exercise now from Victor Fernandez, flooding the midfield with a bit more pace up front to replace Postiga.
Can Depor stage an almighty comeback? Who knows? They've done it before in their history against the big clubs. I mentioned in the first half how they turned around a 3-goal deficit against AC Milan a decade ago when Ancelotti was in charge. Real Madrid can't afford the same complacency that cost them in San Sebastian against Real Sociedad when they had an early first half lead and lost 4-2. They just couldn't get the mojo back. There is Ramos. Now Lowry. Varane. A little lazy in attempt to the clearance. Not as bad as that potential shot though. There's Andujanian to Lucinho. And there's a loud cry for handball, and the referee he almost counted to 10 before making the decision then, and then offers the penalty.
I think the assistant referee has taken the initiative here.
Well, it was a cool call by Senor Perez Montero.
Cuenca comes in to attack it and heads it. Still not any to clear it. Any the wiser in that position. You see it strikes the elbow of Sergio Ramos from point-blank range. Picks up a yellow card, one of the harsher yellow cards that Sergio Ramos has picked up. Not too many complaints from Real Madrid because of the scoreline. But it's a bit of a gift for Deportivo La Coruña.
Well, can Deportivo La Coruña ignite something here? Big chance. 5 minutes into the second half. And it's tucked away by Mandujanian. And the fans have a little bit of belief here.
Disappointing Real Madrid. Certainly Iker Casillas endeavouring to be able to keep the clean sheet. From out to nothing. You see the cross from Luisinho. I think it does strike the elbow of Sergio Ramos. Medellin makes no mistake from the spot, sends Casillas the wrong way. So Talks about famous comebacks in this stadium. This would be one hell of a comeback if Deportivo La Coruña can find a way really, truly back into this game.
Well, his first goal for his new club. Here is Ronaldo. His motivation is finding a hat-trick goal. All very theatrical from the World Player of the Year as he ran into the defender, pleaded for the penalty, and then the pain was an afterthought.
There's no way through there for Ronaldo. I must admit, Rob, I've been waiting to see the possibility of Ancelotti using Bell and Ronaldo as strikers. I think to get the best out of Rodriguez, the opportunity is there. He can play a diamond in midfield. Mendy holding that defensive position. Kroos and Modric. Rodriguez at the top of the diamond gets him in his best position. At the moment it appears he's going to be playing wide on the right. But that Bell and Ronaldo are going to take it in terms in the centre forward position.
Takes the safety first option. Not going to tie himself in any knots there with questions being raised about the Real Madrid defence. Shoot is the cry from the crowd. It needed charging down by Illarramendi. That's the young man signed from Real Sociedad last summer. Said to have tons of promise, played for the Spanish teams from under 19 to 21. They've actually participated in 49 games for Real Madrid last year, the most of more than anybody else.
Rodriguez and Dekiti there, and Ronaldo searching for contact.
It's become entertainingly scrappy this second half. Larry Cavaliero has brought a new dimension to Deportivo La Coruña. Here he is. Ooh. He's been cruelly caught offside once earlier in the game.
Division from the home supporters, but I think they realised immediately that he was offside. It was worth a try from the home fans. Cavaliero was in an offside position, but he's making those runs in behind. He's causing some Varane a problem or two.
Brilliant ball. Ronaldo fractionally offside.
Just sets off. It's almost like a relay race, isn't it? The baton being passed on to Ronaldo from Bale. He was off and running. Just mistimed it by a split second.
Lucinho. Dominguez. Rames. Ronaldo. Illarramendi. Tease of a Gareth Bale. And Bale, we've seen him hit them from that distance and cry goal seconds afterwards over the years.
It certainly looks like the two of those players, Bale and Ronaldo, are playing in the centre forward position. But Ancelotti's still sticking pretty much to a 4-4-2, which surprises me.
Ramos has the reading. 7 goals conceded in 3 La Liga games for Real Madrid. James. Illarramendi. Ronaldo. Marcelo. Modric to Ronaldo. We know that Kroos and Illarramendi are top-class international players, Terry, but it's been able to combine their talents, isn't it? Find the right cocktail.
So we've got Modric now playing wider on the left, James Rodriguez playing wider on the right of that midfield forward. The balance doesn't look right.
Cristiano Ronaldo has won a free kick in a dangerous position. It's Sidney who's through the back of him. Certainly wasn't stopping, no matter who was in his way.
Just a nick on the back of the calf of Cristiano Ronaldo.
I would imagine that Ronaldo's going to recover enough to get to the head of the queue for this free kick. Bale's there just in case. Ronaldo is on the verge of a hat-trick. You would be concerned if you're a goalkeeper. Bearing down at you, looking down the barrel of his gun is Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo scored 23 career hat-tricks. Stays at that for now. Cruz. Marcelo. Lovely ball for Bale. Oh, a tremendous take, and that is what Real Madrid can do. They can turn it on instantly. A little bit like a tap this afternoon. It's been the goals dripping, dripping, dripping. Gareth Bale makes it 4-1 Real Madrid.
Calm down again now. Carlo Ancelotti. Bale and Ronaldo playing up front. It's bound from the centre forward position. Good movement. Good pass from Marcelo. Terrible defending from Diakite, deeper than the rest of his defensive teammates. You see Sidney on the edge of the box. His centre-back partner Diakite drops deep. Bale recognises that, makes that darting run in behind, a sharp run as well, and a tidy finish from Gareth Bale. Again, that was an example, wasn't it, of the new players at Deportivo La Coruña not in tandem. Not yet formed a real understanding. Showed been a spirited performance in the second half. It appears that it's going to be in vain.
Well, when a team is having a pretty ordinary afternoon, as Real Madrid have been, you call for the extraordinary talent. 80 million buys you James, 100 million buys you Gareth Bale, and another 80 million buys you Cristiano Ronaldo, and those are the names on the score sheet, and that is where there is a difference illuminated from the board in the stadium. It could be time for Chicharito to further earn his Real Madrid stripes. The next player to be introduced will be Isco. It is a case of protecting players as well at the moment, which is maybe one of the reasons Benzema was taken out of the engine room. They have games in midweek against Real Madrid. It's a full programme. We've got only 2 between now and the end of the season of midweek matches in Spain. They go on until the end of May, beginning of June. Ilanamende. James. A quiet second half. Cruz. Ramos. Ancelotti, by the way, the man, I don't like that word pressure, the man whose record has been scrutinised these last few weeks, is on the brink of his 50th success, his 50th win in his 68th game as Real Madrid manager. Frightening statistics. Lowry. Still the possibility, maybe the way that Real defend, the probability of Depor getting a second here. It's not the biggest squad in the world, is it, Real Madrid's now? They've got the 18 involved today, and Pepe, who's out injured. Hessa, who's been a long-term injury. Kadira going to be relatively long-term.
is important when the game's coming thick and fast.
Well, maybe the answer is that Real begin to graduate some players. They do have Raul de Thomas, who has joined the first team squad in recent weeks, and there's the young Scottish player. It's Jack Harper, who scored for the development team in midweek. We look at Barcelona in midweek, Terry, don't we? And they made 9 changes from last week's starting 11 and dipped once more into the academy pool to come up with some absolutely fantastic finds. There's Marcelo. James takes the long way round. Whenever Real do have the spending power, they've gone out and they've spent big over the years, but they do also have an excellent academy. They've allowed players to go out rather than blood them. This is Caballero. Ferran doesn't make it. Mende acting as the extra defender. Mende coming on his ball. Just a little bit of insurance here as Iker Casillas makes that stop look so easy.
And some action on that attempt from Janin as well. A little bit of movement. Comfortable save for Casillas though. Slightly cuts across the ball. Plenty of power on it as well.
20 minutes or so to go. And Luka Modric has put in a fair old Saturday afternoon shift for Real Madrid. Exhaustedly heads to the touchline. And his replacement will be Francisco Alcaron, otherwise known as Isco.
It's an important factor though, that these fringe players, we talked about, Mendy already, Isco coming on as well, they don't play enough minutes. They are going to be called upon when they're not physically fit and match fit.
Isco's come on in 5 games this season, started just 1. Arguably had more time in the Spanish national team shirt. Played against Macedonia in the last round of games. He is a talent as well, Isco. It's a question of finding in him the time. 22 years of age.
I agree with you, Rob. It would really be helpful to Ancelotti to add 3, 4, 5 young players coming through the ranks that could supplement a fantastic squad, but I think it's getting small now for Real Madrid. We expect them to play around 60 matches again this season. We talked about Raul de Thomas coming into the squad, but that was before they signed Javier Hernandez on loan from Manchester United. He's probably going to fulfil that role as backup striker.
Well, last year getting to the Champions League final, in total it was 66 games they played. The B team didn't have the best of seasons last year, did they? They were actually beaten by Deportivo La Coruña on a couple of occasions. So they do need to develop a little bit more talent. Good cross in, easy for Casillas to deal with the header from Juan Dominguez. Juan Dominguez, another player who, well, we were talking about graduates from the Real Academy. He actually scored against the Real Madrid B team last year in a 2-0 success. Isco drives on, was fouled, free kick. He made 2 changes at half-time. Now Victor Fernandez decides his third and final alteration. It's Toshe who comes on. Already there, Toshe, who 6'1" centre forward. Add a little bit of dash, a little bit of panache. The Deportivo La Coruña. It's a difficult mindset, sir, isn't it? If you're Depor, what do? Do you sit back and condense because they can score at any moment. Just like that, Bale's second. He ghosts in, walks the ball in, and you get the impression when they want to, they can just turn it on, Real Madrid, but you have to motivate them. Now Bale's got to, and Ronaldo's got to.
See how much Gareth Bale is enjoying playing in that role. More central role, giving Lip with a lot more freedom, and playing over on the left or predominantly down the right for Real Madrid. Fantastic athlete, fantastic ability, great skill. Loads of space, far too much space allowed there. Sydney, the defender, caught napping on this occasion. Look at the gap between the two central defenders though. Bale takes full advantage. Great little pass from Isco. No chance for looks as Bale does exactly the right thing, elevates the finish, chips it over the goalkeeper. Brilliant play again from Real Madrid.
Up 5-1. The first game of the weekend.
We're not finished yet, Rob.
You don't think they've declared yet? 15 minutes to go.
No chance. Two players, Bale and Ronaldo, both going for a hat-trick.
Round 4, he's got off to a flyer for Real Madrid. Yeah, they still have the worst defence in La Liga, but proving that they have the most potent attack when they want to apply it.
Clearly in an offside position. If you're a Deportivo defender now, you're thinking, oh no, Hernandez out. Thankfully, Gareth Bale's going off. I think he was going to add to the attacking talent of Real Madrid. Pass from Isco, excellent pass from Isco, and an outstanding finish from Gareth Bale.
Well, the man who has everything would like the match ball to take home. But he's not going to get that, Gareth Bale. Scored 2 and will be rested for midweek action in La Liga. And it's Javier Hernandez, Chicharito, the man on loan from Manchester United, will try to make an impact in the final 15.
It's hard to remember Gareth Bale as a left-back, isn't it? When you see how he's developed to the player that he is now, just 25 years of age.
Another complete footballer, isn't he? Now below. James Rodriguez. Cruz. James. Well, the question I was going to ask you, Terry, before I was rudely interrupted by Gareth Bale scoring that 5th goal, is what do you do if you're Depor?
Asked the referee to blow up 10 minutes early.
There's the kiss of death again. Ronaldo, hat-trick. They're scoring at will, Real Madrid. 5 in midweek in the Champions League, and they better that at the weekend in La Liga.
Yep, and I wasn't joking when I said what would you do if you were Deportivo لاكورونيا. I knew they wasn't finished at 5-1. Too many of these players are too much hunger for goals. Great determination and good play from James Rodriguez to close down, win that ball back. Dispossesses Diakite and then lays it onto Ronaldo. An emphatic finish, but really good play from Real Madrid. That epitomises what they're all about. 5-1 up, had that hunger from James Rodriguez to come win the ball back, close down, win it back quickly, feed Ronaldo, and another goal.
We made a bit about the defence. They're now by far the top scorers in La Liga, by the way, after 4 weeks gone. That takes them up to 11 goals all season. Ronaldo's first hat-trick. We said he wouldn't be too far off.
At 23 or 24 hat-tricks?
24 hat-tricks and counting. Oh, and Depor have been given the chances to score. And Torche, that could have been his first touch, telling touch of the game.
It's a sitter, isn't it? It's poor defensive play again from Real Madrid. Varane picks up one player. Arbeloa fails to track the run, the more dangerous run. He's more concerned with the player that's in behind him. Arbeloa should have gone across there. That was the problem. That was the position that needed solving. Toche should have scored a goal against Real Madrid. We shouldn't take for granted, we're joking and laughing about Ronaldo's exploits in front of goal, 24 hat-tricks. It's some achievement to score a hat-trick in a game of football, let alone 24. It really is. I mean, playing 90 minutes football, everything has to go right on the day. Your team have to be playing fantastically well, supplying you with chances. And you have to finish off those chances, but it isn't easy to do. But Ronaldo makes it appear so easy, doesn't he?
Terry's hat-trick, by the way, the famous one, is available on YouTube. We were watching it last week, weren't we? He's still scared to come to Merseyside. 10 minutes to go at the Riazor. Scoreline slightly flattering for Real Madrid, a bit like midweek in the Champions League, where they played good football against Basel, but it flattered a 4-goal success. They won 5-1 in that one. Isco to Ronaldo. Ronaldo to Chicharito. It's a punch-drunk Deportivo لاكورونيا.
Yep, Ronaldo's not going to be as desperate to score another goal as he now. He's got his hat-trick, but Hernandez is going to be desperate. James Rodriguez will want to add to his Real Madrid tally as well. Isco will want to have an impact as well.
I may be wrong, but I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo's ever scored 4 goals in a game. And his big rival Messi once scored 5 in a match, so believe me, there will still be the motivation. He wants to win everything. Powerful tackling once more from Real Madrid. Cuenca, he's shown a bit of promise tonight, Cuenca, but he still lacks that big punch. Ronaldo's on 5 goals for the season. Where does that put him in the scoring charts, Terry?
Alberto Bueno, Fabian Oriano. Alberto Bueno of Rayo Vallecano on 3 goals, and Fabian Oriano of Celta Vigo on 3 goals. Were the Pachichis before this game, before this round of fixtures this weekend.
His 3 goals take him 2 goals above them.
Yep.
Ronaldo on the prowl again. That's the question about his hunger answered.
And you know he's the type of player that would know that as well, wouldn't you?
Oh, believe me, yeah.
Exactly.
Who's on Mastermind, his specialist subject would be goals. Cristiano Ronaldo goals. He's scored 8 in 6 starts this season. And he's scored 8 in 7 games against Deportivo لاكورونيا. Did score in the Champions League, of course, in midweek as well. Last year he broke the records in that competition where he scored 17 goals as Real took the title, La Decima.
He's done it in a week when there has been speculation about his future as well, hasn't there?
Well, I think he keeps a few tabloid journalists occupied to say that Cristiano Ronaldo is coming back to Manchester United. There is a very good chance, of course, one day. Ball comes in. Oh, Kike Casillas is beaten at the near post. And there's always a chance against this slightly soft-centred Real Madrid defence.
There's Toche with a goal. It comes far too late for Deportivo لاكورونيا. As the cross comes into the box, it's Toche with a glancing header. The player guilty of missing an absolute sitter. Just a few minutes ago, Cuenca delivers for the first time tonight. Cross of true quality. Toche, good movement, gets away from the 2 central defenders, and the big striker flashes it past Casillas. Technically a really good header from the Deportivo La Coruña substitute. Will irritate Carlo Ancelotti though, conceding another goal. Madrid, I'm afraid, just be one of these teams this season that just outscored the opposition, I think. Enjoying themselves, the home supporters.
Now Marcelo. Teasing one, Ronaldo looking for his 4th goal, but he just hangs in the air. Now Marcelo. Oh, he takes an all-comers Marcelo, man on a mission here. Passes on to Ronaldo, to Marcelo. Denied the 7th goal.
It's been a thankless task, isn't it, for Alex Bergantiños, the holding defensive midfield player for Deportivo La Coruña. On this occasion, he just gets there in the nick of time to deny Marcelo Real Madrid's 7th goal.
Isco. Ilarramendi. James flips it in. There's been an offside in there. Flag stays down. This is Isco. Nice feet from Isco. Oh, it's a poor cross. There's a second stab at it. This time it's a shot by Ramos. Tries to play it back to Isco. And, well, a bit of breathing space here. Well, credit to the Depor supporters, Terry. They're seeing their team take a mauling here from Real Madrid, but each one of them is staying in the stadium. And they've been incredibly supportive vocally. It'll be a long season for Depor. And they're not going to face the superstars of Real Madrid every week, are they? Caballero.
They can recognise, Rob, that they have a chance of staying up again this season with this fantastic support. A team that in recent seasons been relegated, promoted, consecutive seasons. I think they've got enough quality in their team, in their squad this season, to more than just survive. I think back about the teams in recent times that have been relegated, they were down, they were negative. It certainly weren't enjoyable to always co-commentate on games involving Deportivo La Coruña.
Chicharito! Introduces himself in Real Madrid colours. Are you missing in Manchester United? You will be with goals like that. Wow. 7-2 Real Madrid.
An incredible strike from Javier Hernandez. You can see laughs all round for the Real Madrid players. The perfect time for him to come on as a substitute. Good movement. Good pass from Isco with his 2nd assist since appearing as a substitute. It's a good touch from Javier Hernandez, but it's a wonderful finish. The first touch is good. The second touch is unbelievable. Cuts across it, just slightly with the outside of the left foot. No chance for the goalkeeper. Flies into the top corner. It's a brilliant goal for Javier Hernandez, a brilliant first goal for him for Real Madrid. There's nothing that Victor Fernandez can do. Hold his hands up, been beaten by a better team. A team full of quality. It's been a fantastic game to watch.
Well, a most bizarre scoreline. They've waited a long time, the Depor supporters, to be back in the big league after dipping down into the 2nd tier. And then they welcome Real Madrid for the 2nd home game of the season. And they're hit for a magnificent 7. Who knows, there might be a 10th goal in this game yet. You predicted a couple of minutes ago, Terry, what's going to happen next?
I think it's going to start at 7-2. Can't see the comeback for Depor.
Can you hear yourself there? It's going to stay at 7-2. It's a Real.
2-7, sorry. We've seen some great goals, all different types of goals, haven't we, as well? Mess up from Ronaldo's second goal. The rest of them have been top-class strikes. See a fantastic header from Ronaldo. See a fantastic curler from James Rodriguez into the top corner. See it's a really good skill from Gareth Bale playing in the centre-forward position. Ronaldo completed his hat-trick, and Javier Hernandez flies one into the top corner. 7 goals for Real Madrid.
Cruz. Back flick out of defence from Sergio Ramos to Marcelo.
The attacking players for Real Madrid should be satisfied now. Isco with a couple of assists. Ronaldo's with his goals. Javier Hernandez has got amongst the goals. The only one that probably would fancy a chance of a goal is Sergio Ramos. I'm surprised we haven't seen him push further forward.
James. Now Marcelo. Ronaldo still fighting. We'll push from Cristiano Ronaldo. The smiling assassin.
It's a slight touch, isn't it, rather than a push. A sympathy decision. Then we see the first of Ronaldo's goals. Great header. Second, and then wraps it up with a third. Completes his hat-trick, and in great form this afternoon. Really enjoyed his football.
Eight shots, 5 on target, and what goes down in the history books is the hat-trick. Lucinho. Well, they have to dust themselves down. Deportivo for back-to-back away games in Vigo against Celta, and then Sevilla down in Andalusia. Real Madrid have midweek La Liga game next weekend, and of course they're back into Champions League action again. Delve into the unknown for them against Ludogorets before Liverpool and Barcelona next month. That's when they'll want to peak. Not bad tonight though, is it? Chicharito seeking his second of the game, takes a deflection, and yes, that was an 8th goal for Real Madrid.
I'm sure it's one that he's going to be claiming, one that he's going to be given.
Well, the most bizarre of games. Ancelotti started the day under a little bit of scrutiny, under a little bit of spotlight, but Real Madrid have been deadly in front of goal. 2 in the end for Chicharito, 3 for Cristiano Ronaldo, a couple as well for Gareth Bale, and they have ripped apart Deportivo La Coruña. And I think this has been a statement of intent from Real Madrid. They've beaten Deportivo La Coruña by, wait for it, 8 goals to 2.
It has indeed. That's the response that Carlo Ancelotti was looking for. This time last week, and many were saying it was crisis time in Madrid. But 2 games, 1 in the Champions League and 1 in La Liga, 13 goals later, and suddenly things are looking a little bit rosier. Real Madrid move up to 5th with 6 points from 4 games. The goal difference looks pretty good too. Well, Deportivo, they weren't expected to get too much out of that game. The bigger games for them, of course, are the ones around them. They go down to 13th with 4 points from 4 games. Well, Ozzy, they say a week is a long time in politics. I think they can say that in football too, can't they?
Oh, certainly. 2 very good results for Real Madrid. Obviously, having quite a lot of pressure on Ancelotti, actually.
Correctly so?
Well, yes, because it's already 6 points from Barcelona. In fact, if Barcelona win tomorrow, it's going to be 6. Tonight, it's going to be 6 points again. So it's still already pressure. But they couldn't have really two so easy games like they have. Deportivo today, they were embarrassingly poor, really. Very, very inept performance.
What did both coaches say after the game, Guillaume?
Well, Ancelotti was saying that they shown the quality and also they reacted very well, as you said, 13 goals in 2 games. But also he was saying in terms of showing how they actually will apply the instructions that he's been given them. He still insisted that there's more need to keep a balance in the team. I think Ossie will insist on that later because they still allow some chances. And the continuity of the team. I don't know what he meant by that because, after 8 goals, but he pointed at those 2 things. And Victor Fernandez, on the other hand, he was saying the first 30 minutes were great. He felt that the team had done what they had to do. It was just after that, conceding the first goal, and mentally and physically and tactically, everything collapsed.
Yeah, he does know the game is 90 minutes, not 30 minutes, doesn't he? But, I mean, James got a great goal, Chicharito got 2, Gareth Bale got 2, but Ronaldo just trumps them all, doesn't he?
Well, yes, a lot of pluses for Real Madrid, and of course everybody scored goals. It's beautiful, James Rodriguez, Bale, and so on. But of course, a lot of people are going to be talking about Cristiano Ronaldo because another hat-trick for him. This is the very first one, probably for me the best of the 3. Wonderful jump. Again, the
incredible header.
Yes, it wasn't easy at all. And how he was coming back, that was for me his best goal. This is for him very, very easy. Open goal, so I mean very, very easy goal. But you can see right foot, left foot is for him is absolutely the same. Just another very easy goal for him, but it's not that easy.
It's so important that they get his knee right because he's so crucial to Real Madrid and Real Madrid's season, but also his role. It's not rigid by any stretch of the imagination.
No, on the other hand, it's like a modern number 10, but he actually appears sometimes on the right-hand side, sometimes on the left. Sometimes he starts building the attack as an 8. Sometimes he's the 10, and a lot of the times he's the 9. He's the one at the end of crosses as well. So you've got if you like, a complete player, and it's not by chance that he's playing like that. There's a new way of playing for Real Madrid, and he's part of what's happening. He's given the freedom to do what he wants. He's I was going to say the Messi of Barcelona, but what I'm trying to say is
he won't like you saying that.
He's got the freedom to do so, and you don't see him anymore just getting the ball 50 metres from goal and running at defenders. He doesn't do that anymore. Not sure if it's exactly about the knee or if it's just the fact that he's approaching 30 and he wants to play and is happy to play differently.
A very good, obviously, game for him. A good game for James Rodriguez as well. A cracking goal, but important for him to, little by little, he's feeling more and more settled at Real Madrid.
It's not easy to settle in such a big club as Real Madrid. Everybody takes a little bit of time. For example, it took quite a long time for Angel Di Maria to be accepted and Bale and so on. But little by little, this is an outstanding goal. A little bit similar to the one that he scored in the World Cup, actually. I mean, you don't really have the right to score from there, but absolutely great finish.
He scored in midweek, and there is pressure. I mean, Ozzy talks about Di Maria going. It's almost as if he kind of has to fill in for Di Maria when no one really wanted Di Maria to go in the first place.
Yeah, but in the first weeks we wanted him to be Di Maria, and he's not Di Maria, even though at 16, 17 he played a similar role where he was playing left and put a lot of pressure, running a lot and trying to beat defenders from that position. I think the team is veering towards him. And he has become the focal point of the attack of Real Madrid. All the balls went through him, sometimes in wide position, sometimes as a number 10, which means that Ancelotti, as he promised he would do, is adapting the team to what he has. No Di Maria, no Xabi Alonso, the solutions he always said.
What about Gareth Bale as well? I mean, what have you made of his start to the season? 2 goals today, and when he played up front, it looks like he enjoyed that even more.
He certainly enjoyed much more when he is in the middle of the park. This is what he did for Tottenham when he was as a left wing. He was in a way he was restricted and so on. Playing in the middle with the freedom. A lot of people have a lot of freedom. Bale have freedom, Ronaldo have freedom and so on. But for Bale particularly, he absolutely adored to play in the middle because he feels much more at ease to go right, to go left. Much more easy for him scoring goals, so he certainly prefers to play there.
We're going to go into more detail about how Real Madrid are changing, but one of the things that is happening is that there's not so much space up front. It's not like only a counter-attacking team or mostly a counter-attacking team, which means that the one is suffering is not so much Ronaldo, who he can adapt to anything he wants, is Bale. Bale doesn't have that space anymore. He cannot have 1v1s with full backs anymore. So it's better, in a way, I think, in his eyes, to actually be as a number 9 or closer to goal, because once he's got the chance, he scores. He's very effective.
What's Bale's best position for you? Where would you play him? Or that's one question. Where would you play him in the Real Madrid side is another question.
His best position is to play completely free, to go wherever he wants. The best position for Ronaldo is the same thing, is to go exactly wherever he wants. So
how many of those can you have in a team?
Well, I didn't say that.
Well, but you have top players, and you have Messi. Say Messi is playing for Real Madrid right now. You will have 3 in exactly the same position, trying to do absolutely. They can do everything. Ronaldo can defend as well. He doesn't need to, and the team doesn't want him to defend. But he's such an outstanding player that he wants to defend, he will be probably the best defender as well.
Be honest, as a coach, you hear about this, it's a great problem to have. Is it a great problem to have when you've got so many world-class players wanting to do the same thing and actually you can't keep everybody happy?
Well, you're not going to keep everybody happy, no, of course. I mean, you have a super players. But after saying that, I'm not so sure that the balance of Real Madrid is right now. I still believe that they miss Alonso badly. They are trying to make a cross play like Alonso, but in these two games, yes, okay, because it has been, like I said before, very, very easy game. But against stronger opposition, I am not so sure.
We'll come on to just a second about whether it's a new Real Madrid or not and how they're playing as a team going forward and defensively. But Chicharito got 2 goals. Now, I can understand why Manchester United let him go because of the strikers that they have. It's a great acquisition for Real Madrid, though, isn't he?
Well, of course, it has to be. He likes to score goal and so on. But time will tell. The pressure that he's going to be under in Real Madrid today, very good. He have a lot of time to score a goal and so on. Against the top opposition, he will not have this time. So at the end of the day, he will be judged later on, not for this game.
He's been brought in. Most people would think that perhaps to compete with Karim Benzema, and with Karim Benzema scoring just 3 goals in 21, I certainly would be an advocate of starting him a few games and see how he does. But he's not necessarily brought in to replace Benzema, is he?
No, he's come in to replace sometimes Ronaldo. You see the new position of Ronaldo. And in fact, if you look at this game, the order of play as number 9s is Benzema, Cristiano Ronaldo, Gareth Bale, Chicharito. So he's almost like the 4th striker. When Ancelotti was asked, do you want Falcao? He said, no, because I already have these 3 guys that can play as centre-forward. So I will have a centre-forward that could actually be happy on the bench, basically, which he thinks that Falcao wouldn't be, and Chicharito would.
So you're saying Benzema would be in front of Falcao? And are you saying Ancelotti said no, or Florentino Perez said no?
No. It was Mendes tried it, and there was the moment where Ancelotti was asked, do you want Falcao as your number 9? And he said no. Because he feels that Benzema is the perfect number 9 for Real Madrid, the first one of them, because he just runs around Cristiano Ronaldo. He can when he wants, he can defend as well. He can go wide. He works for this Real Madrid, he thinks.
It will be a question of having too many players doing exactly the same thing. That's the problem.
With bringing Falcao in?
Yeah, right.
Doesn't he do something different to Ronaldo and Gareth Bale?
A little bit, but he will have to play Ronaldo. Falcao is is a centre forward, proper centre forward, like Benzema is. So you have 2 there all the time, and then you have Ronaldo that want to play free and they want to go front as well. So far too many players.
Yeah, I don't think it's not rugby, is it? It's football. And we talk about who play where. What did you make of the? Again, it's not a rigid system. 4-4-2 could be 4-2-4. Carlo Ancelotti's he's had to change something, hasn't he?
Well, he has so much talent, so many brilliant, super players, but I think it's an injustice to call the system 4-4-2, 4-2-4, 4-3-3. It doesn't really matter where Ronaldo plays. Ronaldo sometimes plays centre forward, sometimes plays in the wingers, sometimes plays. He's a creative player and so on. Bale, exactly the same. He plays in the right, he goes to the left. So when you have this kind of player, you can do whatever you want, and it's a little bit, like I said, an injustice to call any kind of number.
OK, difficult to call the system, but we did see certain things in there which clearly Ancelotti has worked on.
It's based on the analysis made of the team. Number 1, what players do I have? And number 2, what's my weakness? And my weakness, he thinks, is defending too deep. He wants the team to defend higher up the pitch. But first of all, it's about how you attack with the ball. And you see a lot of movement of players coming inside, of even Sergio Ramos being very, very high too, of the wingers coming in. And it's about triangles. And it's about play between the lines, and it's about building from the back. They can counter-attack, of course they can, but the first counter-attack came in the minute 19. This is what they're doing now. Trying to go through the centre perhaps is not the best idea as a solution at the end, but it's about building these relationships of people feeling comfortable with the ball. And because he's got Modric and he's got